Hello everybody and welcome back to Marwell Manor Farm. So before we start the episode today, I just want to really quickly talk about the current situation with the series. Now obviously this is a really good map, and what I'm trying to do is, do it justice by making a really good series for it. But I'm fully aware that because of the size of the fields, I have to spend quite a bit of time in each field doing the planting, the drilling, planting or drilling depending on what the crop is, spraying, harvesting, cultivating, all that kind of stuff. And it's going to get stuck in a bit of a cycle if I just continue doing the same thing, which is really what farming is, this kind of arable farming. But this is Farming Simulator, and I want to keep it relatively unique each episode, as you probably know, because I try and keep all of the episodes unique in each series. But yeah, just because of the size of the map, which is not a bad thing, it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to do that. So I did say that I was going to do a stream in every episode instead of doing just a standard video which I put out every day at 3 o'clock. But that didn't go down well, to put it very simply. Yeah. So, you've kind of put me in a situation now, those of you who stood up against that comment, so it's fine because everyone's allowed an opinion, but it has confused me now because I don't know what to do. So I'm going to put a vote in this video. I'm going to say, do you want it to continue as it is, doing exactly what we're doing? Do you want us to continue as we are doing, but then add in quite a few mods and do many unique different jobs? Or do you want me to scrap the idea of doing episodes altogether and do just streaming of the series? 3 options. Please do vote. Whichever the winning vote is what we would do. If the vote where it says that we'll just continue doing what we're doing, it will be pretty much doing this, but I will be adding in some mods and some other jobs as well. So kind of similar those two, but the second option will be much more full on with the amount of mods and unique jobs that I do. Anyway, just thought I'd say that, just because it's always good to listen to the audience and obviously do things for them. Goodbye, bird. But anyway, yeah, today we are here. I have the Manitou. I also have a new steering wheel. So maybe my driving is going to improve, we'll see. This is the Logitech G29. Oh, there's a dead zone on. I should probably turn off the dead zone before I crash into somebody. But no, so far it seems like a really nice steering wheel. I've had the G27 ever since I started YouTubing. So this is the very first episode ever, the first ever video on this channel which is not recorded while using the G27. Okay, so that's all done, and I've also adjusted the degrees of rotation, and that is very nice. That is such a nice steering wheel to use. I would say, even though it's only the first minute I've used it, that is a vast improvement from the G27. The G27 was nice, but it was just not as... what's the word? Ergonomical, I suppose. This one seems very comfortable, and it's got plenty of controls in it as well, lots of buttons, so you can really program quite a few features into it. And yeah, it does. It seems much more responsive and smooth. The G27 was quite rough when you turned it. Of course, you could change the spring strength and everything, but yeah, that's nice. A nice upgrade. Okay, so today's job is actually going to be to do some forestry, and what I want to do is get the winch. But first, I'm hopefully going to be selling some oilseed rape. That is the plan. Rapeseed is just here. The price is good, so we've got 44,000 litres to sell. Nothing. I don't think I can take anything back from here. So we'll leave everything there for the time being, but eventually I'll be taking all the fertiliser and lime back to the farmyard. The Terrogator as well is most likely going to be replaced because I was just trying out the mod, and obviously the mod does have a few little issues, although I have been told that you can empty it. I was probably pressing the wrong button before. Oh, I can hear the jet. There is a jet that flies over. There it is. It was worth getting out of the cab for. There it is. Right, so I'm just going to do this really quickly. Selling the canola. And then, yes, it's going to be time to do the forestry. Now, I have been debating whether or not to do logging or wood chips, and I would love to do wood chips. I just don't know if we're going to be able to make a good profit out of it. In fact, I haven't really looked at the price of wood chips in 19. So this should be the deciding factor. It's not good. Although you might get quite a bit out of it, so that's not necessarily bad. It just looks bad on the surface. Well, here is the Deutzfahr. It already has the trailer on. This is the slightly louder tractor. Many viewers said they couldn't really tell the difference. I guess it's going to depend on what you're actually viewing the video on, whether it's a phone or some decent speakers with bass, because they're going to be quite different actually. It usually is the speakers with bass where it's quite hard to hear me over the engine sound. Okay, so we actually do have quite a bit in storage. Certainly a full trailer. And the best price is currently at, let's see here, it's very similar, £1 in it. Greendale stores, just about. It might actually cost an extra £1 in diesel to go over here. Okay, right, load number 1. I assume this is the correct trigger. Oh no, because of the price. Yeah, it seems to be going up fairly rapidly. So, yeah, we should have quite a bit of money when this is sold, when both of these two trailer loads are sold. There will be a slight amount left in storage, but nothing really of significance. When we do get onto the logging, we're going to probably do it over 2 days, because if we do have to rent anything, then, well, we can't get it all done in just one episode. So I think what we'll do is, I really am considering doing wood chips, because the trees I'm going to be cutting down are really strange shapes. Well, they're tree shaped, but you know what I mean. They're not perfectly straight like the pine trees. They're more like silver birch and that sort of stuff. So I think really chipping them is the best option, otherwise stacking them in the trailer is going to be really difficult. The main reason for this is because we don't actually own a forest. The forest itself is about £350,000 or something. It is just the clump of trees you see over there to the right hand side of our field, which is actually, this is a really good opportunity to do that, because the field is currently empty. It just has some lime which has been spread over the surface. Oh, and it's full of weeds too. Right, the second and final load. Should be 21,000 litres. It's 23 in total, so yeah, nothing significant left. Such a rapid fill. But this is all from that really good harvest. I was going to say, oh, the price has dropped, but actually it's dropped at the store where we didn't go to. So that's interesting. They really don't want the business. And here we are, load number 2. Good. Okay, so that is another £22,672. Now, I do need the trailer in the field if we're going to be doing some chipping. So I think, well, I'm going to be coming back here. I need to come back here for the winch. But obviously I need to come back here for picking up the chipper as well. I could potentially fit them both onto one tractor, because the winch, just to transport it, could fit to the front of the tractor. Although, not this one. If I park about here, then that could be a good place to do all this. This is the time to do it as well, before we put any crops in here. So yeah, I really do believe that I can make something really decent out of this series now, because of what people have said in the previous episode. I think, yeah, the reason why I was getting repetitive was because I wasn't using enough mods, and if you're not using enough mods, you are basically stuck in just a cycle of doing the same 3 jobs, which isn't ever good. So, yeah, don't get me wrong, the map is very, very good. And of course, you probably know that anyway, because you've probably already played on it. So, yeah, anyway, let's go on to this page. I do need to get the chipper. So, I guess the hours are going to be on the chipper itself, since it has an engine. So that's quite good. 3264, it's a decent price. And secondly, we have the winch, which possibly is in the same category. It is, yep. Oh, it can tow a trailer too, by the look of it. Right, I've actually leased it because I realised the price. It's only £200 to lease, so that's pretty good. Or 229 possibly. Nothing too high. Right, so now the tractor is obviously much quieter. The base game tractors are actually really quiet. I don't know if that's a good thing though. I think they're a bit too quiet on the inside. But I do like the difference in volume between the exterior and interior. Okay, there we go. Off to the field. I do already have the chainsaw, so that's another £1,000 that I don't have to spend. Because I've already spent it. So in case you're wondering why I'm even using a winch, the reason is because everything is the other side of a hedge. We have to rip everything through the hedge, just in one section. So it is just to basically drag all the trees out of the woods so I can cut them up and then use the Manitou to load it all into the chipper. Or possibly even throw some of it in by hand. And then ideally straight into a trailer, but obviously if I do get too much of it, I could dump it on the ground and pick it up later, but I don't really want to. So the best place for this, I suppose, is just over here somewhere. I can put the trailer underneath in a second. That should be fine. And yeah, as I've already mentioned, the chipper has its own engine, so you don't even need to have the PTO, or you don't even need the tractor, let alone the PTO. So yeah, if I just put this here, we'll swap over, do the carting with the John Deere, and the Doots Far can have the chain thing, winch. There we go. Okay, so now I can put that underneath here, but of course we're not loading up just yet. And you can actually drive it backwards and forwards, so the tractor and trailer is fine there. Okay, so I did actually use this in FS17. It has been re-released on ModHub, which is very nice. It's going to take me a little bit of time just to get used to it again, but I think it is going to be relatively simple. This first tree shouldn't even be an issue. I fell it to the left. There he goes. Good. The interesting thing is actually, I did notice, as I was browsing the Farming Simulator 19 game files, as you do, and I noticed that they did have, in the sound effects folder, the sound effects for a tree falling, but they don't actually have it in the game, so I'm guessing they thought of it but never actually implemented it, which is interesting. Anyway, yes, what we need to do is unmount trailer hook. Oh, I'm holding it, nice. Walk over to the tree in question, and well, it's up in the air, but I do need I do need to attach it. Yes, I did it. Yes, there we go. Okay, so now I can get into the tractor and hopefully enable fast winch. I think fast winch is going to be fine. Yeah, I need to winch first. So there we go. Look at that quality. And now, because it's here, I can deal with it. I think we can disconnect from here. What's it say? Winch fire remote. Oh wow, you can actually do it via remote. That is nice. There we go. Right, that's disconnected. So yeah, when I pressed O before, it was actually the trailer hook coming off. It goes and stores itself up there. There's me thinking I pulled the chain. Anyway, yeah, let's strip it off. Big tree. Very big tree. But I can pull it out of there later. To begin with, I need to get it into a manageable size for the Manitou. I'm actually really excited about doing this because of the potential money that we could make and also the use of different machines. Right, just give it space to unfold. Good. So obviously I'm not going to do any chipping just yet. I need to make sure everything is cut up. But that's all looking quite good. Is that... Oh, that is just a tip. I could just throw it into here. Oh. Okay, I've just walked into it. That will do. Okay, so yeah, I'll go and grab the Manitou and also a fork. This seems relatively quiet compared to the sound of the other machines. Yeah, so we currently have the bell spike, which is not really what I'm looking for. So I'll drop that off here. And I think, yeah, the best thing just to do is to buy the universal log fork. It's not the best, but it does work. I've been meaning to drop by the Terrogator as well to unload the line. Here we are. Okay, so this is going to be something which I do buy outright, not something which I say I'm going to be buying and then end up leasing it. Telehandlers, wrong category. Telehandlers are here. Log fork is, wow, that is expensive. I should lease it. No, I'm not going to go back on what I've said. Besides, I probably am going to be doing quite a bit of forestry, or chipping actually. I suppose chipping is forestry. Time to move some logs. Before I do, I just want to have a look at this. Yeah, everyone said just press I and it will unload, but it doesn't really want to. I could still be wrong. Control I? No. Not sure. So yeah, for the first time in a long time, except for a few days ago, I have now got the Satex side panel set up, and I've now got the G29. So pretty good. I don't know what this deal is that Logitech and Farming Simulator have got going, but I think there's supposed to be some new hardware coming out this year or next year. I don't know the details, but it sounds intriguing either way, whichever year it is. Right, and so I'm going to go for this approach. It always just seems to be the easiest, and then I can lock onto it. And now the loading procedure can begin. But I really am looking at doing quite a bit of this. It might even be continued in a stream. But it looks like, yeah, we're going to be doing plenty of episodes, I hope. I actually do hope it now. Originally I thought we're going to have to stream this, but since I've looked at the different mods that are out on various websites, there's not really any excuses not to do episodes. Right, let's get this thing going. I think that is going. Yeah, there we go. But that is possibly too far away. That should be fine. Now, I might have to stand in some fairly precarious places to actually feed some of these in. But even so... Come on. There's the first one. Good. And now for the first substantial one. Might have been a bit too far back. I'll try that again. I think this is going to be a much better approach angle. And the good thing about the articulated steer is you can just adjust it very finely. Right, that seems good. I'll just let go. And hopefully it's going to continue to take itself in. The best chipper I've ever used was actually in FS17 by Black Sheep Modding. Super good. The Xylo chip. I really do love that mod. Really, really good mod. There we go. That's feeding up the conveyor belt, but yeah, you see it just doesn't want to go. I don't know what it is about the base game equipment, but it just never likes to feed in easily. Should go from there. Yeah, if the Xylo chip by Black Sheep Modding is put into 19, it will be pretty much the only one I use. Such a good mod. I have just also changed the key binding because I've had the issue before, but I don't know what it is. Sometimes the grab part likes to open itself automatically, so I've just changed that. I think it's possibly when you put your foot on the pedal to accelerate, it opens it up again, so yeah, that had to be changed. Okay, there we go. And then back round the front just to give it a push. But that is the first tree, and I don't know how many wood chips that has made. Obviously we're not going to count the amount of wood chips, probably in the millions already. But yeah, how many litres? I don't know. We'll soon find out. That seems to be feeding well. Pretty good. About 25% of the trailer. Okay, so yeah, because this isn't the official forest, which is just over here, £395,000, you can't actually get the trees from within here, because obviously it's part of the map. So I managed to do the one on the outside there, which was actually quite impressive. There are more trees over near the yards. If I move over there, I should be able to get a few from in there as well. But eventually it would be good to be able to, you know, afford the forest. I'm hoping there are some fir trees up here, because those ones really do log very well, and they chip well. I think, you know, I'm going to have to plant my own forest. I wonder how much that piece of land there is. Oh, I could even put trees in field 15. Because, yeah, it's all quite expensive for me. I don't have much money, so... yeah, that is definitely... I could split the field in half. Field 15. It's certainly a possibility. Yeah, I think I might do that, you know. We can do this properly. I don't think it's going to cost me a great deal to store the machines in the meantime, because they are putting it on engine time, on the engine hours. So, yeah, this is only on 0.1. It's like we've never actually used it yet. So this is good. I have thought of something which could work. This, well, half of the field, maybe quarter of the field, is going to be turned into trees. Definitely something for the streaming. I might even stream that tonight, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. Because I record the videos before I stream. That's just how I work. So we do have a hitch on here. I might be able to tow that chipper, and if I can, it would be very useful. I can. Nice. Of course I have to lift up. Very handy. Of course, if you're going to do that, don't accidentally detach the chipper, which is what I've just done. Right, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Yes! So yeah, in a future video, we're going to be just putting some grass in, and then we'll put some trees in. This is going to be good. I think we could actually turn this into a logging business too. So yeah, there'll be some logging in episodes, some logging in streams, providing of course the vote has gone that way. If it hasn't, then well, it's going to be different, but hopefully it does do. And yeah, finally we need the Manitou. Although I might keep the Manitou over there, because I need it to load up the saplings in the next episode or stream. Ow. This thing likes to roll, that's for sure. Just stop. So yeah, just taking a really quick look here, I really don't think any of these trees are suitable for taking down. There might be the odd one in here, like that one there. But it is just best if I do, you know, the right area of trees, and then I can use those trees instead of ruining the yard. That is going to be best. So, there's the plan. Assuming the vote goes in my favour for that. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. We have made some progress today, I think, with how the series should go. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.